Hello, folks. I'm the old sergeant. Recently, President Trump's campaign put out the goals for the president's second term in office. I think this picture, painted by Jon McNaughton, is accurate to our situation. The president is trying to save the country, trying to save our constitutional republic from the communists, the socialists, the Marxists that have infiltrated all levels of our government and are in our schools and universities. We are in a lot of trouble, and we are in a hot civil war now. Every election seems like a very important election. I can't see any more important election than the next one. We must have Donald Trump as president to fight off this communism, to prevent the destruction of our nation. I have seen this happen throughout history and in the world right now. You can see what socialism does to countries like Venezuela, what it did to Cuba, what it did to Russia. I spent an entire military career fighting against these socialists because they go in and want to destroy everything and kill masses amount of people that don't believe as they do. And it doesn't matter if you're out there putting signs to support them in your windows. They don't care. They've come to kill you. They've come to destroy. They're only interested in their own power. And that's what it all is about in this country. We have a media that is only concerned with their own power, and they will lie and lie and lie so they can get their people in power. While us little people, because they will have destroyed the middle class, there'll be nothing but the rich elite and the little people, the slaves, the serfs. And that's what they're trying to do. And we have just one man that is trying to put a stop to it. And that's why you have all the attacks. So let's go over what his agenda, what his goals are for the second term. Jobs. Create 10 million new jobs in 10 months. This is quite a goal because a lot of the jobs have been destroyed and destroyed permanently. As he brings jobs back to the United States, then maybe he may be able to reach this goal. Create 1 million new small businesses. We've had over 1 million small businesses destroyed because they couldn't stay in their businesses and open their businesses, especially in Democrat-controlled states where they're arrested for trying to do so. Cut taxes to boost take-home pay and keep jobs in America. Oddly enough, when you cut taxes, you increase production, and you end up with more tax revenue. It's amazing how that works. Enact fair trade deals and promote American jobs. Made in America tax credits. Expand opportunity zones. Again, this is extremely important to rebuild devastated inner city areas by creating opportunity zones. continue deregulatory agenda for energy independence. And we must stay independent. The socialists want to just totally destroy our energy industries. This Green New Deal is pie in the sky garbage. What you do is you spend time looking for replacements. And if these replacements are good, they will naturally take the place of fossil fuels. We put our energy and research into developing these things first. You don't burn it down before you have a replacement. Eradicate COVID-19. Develop a vaccine by the end of 2020. A lot of effort and money and resources is being poured into doing this. Return to normal in 2021. God willing. Make all critical medicines and supplies for healthcare workers in the United States. We will not do that stupid thing again. Refill stockpiles and prepare for future pandemics. We know what we did right. We know what we did wrong. We can learn from this. End our reliance on China. We are in a Cold War with China, just like we were in a Cold War with the Soviet Union. And I'm really afraid that destabilization around China could cause a hot war in the region. Bring back 1 million manufacturing jobs from China. Tax credits for companies that bring back jobs from China. Allow 100% expensing deductions for essential industries like pharmaceuticals and robotics who bring back their manufacturing to the United States. No federal contracts for companies who outsource to China. Hold China fully accountable for allowing the virus to spread around the world. And I think by holding it accountable, they've got over $1 trillion of our debt. I think we ought to confiscate that. I think we should confiscate all assets of China within the United States. Buildings, ports, lands. Because even if we confiscate everything, they can't come close to how much they financially hurt us. We need to confiscate everything and then send them a bill. Healthcare. Cut prescription drug prices. Some of my medications are up to $100 a pill. That is completely ridiculous. Put patients and doctors back in charge of our healthcare system. Lower healthcare insurance premiums. End surprise billing. 2 years later, a bill comes in for something. Cover all pre-existing conditions. Protect Social Security and Medicare. And that means taking all the money that's been stolen from Social Security and Medicare by the Democrats and put it back. Lockbox it. They make sure they can't touch it again. Because if we had all that money back, Social Security and Medicare is viable for a long time. But no, they stole it, and it should be put back with interest. Protect our veterans and provide world-class healthcare and services. I'm a veteran, obviously, from this channel. And yes, we need better healthcare. We need doctors that are not afraid to write prescriptions because they're afraid that they're going to be litigated against with some prosecutor looking to make a name for themselves. Education. Provide school choice to every child in America. That means we need to have private schools that aren't indoctrinating the kids, that will teach them real life skills, reading, mathematics, history that teaches love of country, not destruction and how to hate our country, and teach only the bad. Teach American exceptionalism. We are exceptional. Our American Republic has brought the world up. There's never been a better system than ours, and we brought the rest of the world up with us. Drain the swamp. Pass congressional term limits. That's going to be hard. There are ways to do it where the citizens can band together and have it done. End bureaucratic government bullying of U.S. citizens and small businesses. People on power trips, they write the regulations, then go and bully people with their power trips. Look what I can do. I can take away this person's farmland. I can take away this person's business. Bullies. Expose Washington's money trail and delegate powers back to the people and states. Details of where they're spending the money, where they're throwing it away. Sending money to dictatorships. Drain the globalist swamp by taking on international organizations that hurt American citizens. The world is going to nationalism, not globalism. The French need to be French. The Japanese need to be Japanese. The Indians, Indian. The Chinese, Chinese. The Russians, Russians. The English, English. We are diverse nations with diverse cultures. And Americans should be allowed to be Americans. We are nationalists. All around the world is growing nationalism. And that's a good thing. Preservation of everybody's cultures so everybody can enjoy each other's cultures. Not one big globalist idea of a few elitists running a bunch of slaves like the globalists want. Defend our police, fully fund and hire more police and law enforcement officers. Increase criminal penalties for assaults on law enforcement officers. Prosecute drive-by shootings as acts of domestic terrorism. Bring violent extremist groups like Antifa to justice. And I would add Black Lives Matter now. End cashless bail and keep dangerous criminals locked up until trial. All these people in these Democrat-controlled cities and states, the crimes, the criminals go out and commit crime, get arrested, immediately released. Crime after crime after crime. These rioters get arrested and no, nothing's going to happen to them. They're going to be released to riot some more and attack people and property. That's got to stop. End illegal immigration and protect American workers. Block illegal immigrants from becoming eligible for taxpayer-funded welfare, health care, and free college tuition. The socialists want to give these people stuff that the average American citizen can't have. Why? Their votes, of course. Their illegal votes. Mandatory deportation for non-citizen gang members. Dismantle human trafficking networks. And sanctuary cities to restore our neighborhoods and protect our families. Prohibit American companies from replacing United States citizens with lower-cost foreign workers. This is on both parties' heads. All these illegal people coming in to work at low wages. Well, the Republicans wanted that because that lowers the costs of production of work. And that ripples through the entire structure of pay for everybody. It keeps everybody's pay lower. And of course, the Democrats want the illegal votes. Require new immigrants to be able to support themselves financially. Why should we have thousands and thousands of people coming in and then get paid to sit around and they get more money than retired military? Innovate for the future. Launch Space Force. Damn right. It's happening at about the right time. Establish permanent manned presence on the moon and send the first manned mission to Mars. That's what we do as human beings when we are being positive, when we are looking toward the future. We do things. We don't destroy things and tear it down. Build the world's greatest infrastructure system, which means a lot of rebuilding of our crumbling roads and bridges. Win the race to 5G and establish a national high-speed wireless internet network. 5G does amazing things. Almost instantaneous downloads of anything you could want. Continue to lead the world in access to the cleanest drinking water and cleanest air. We have a lot of technology to clean up pollution. We need to get this technology out to everybody else in the world, even the Chinese, so their factories aren't kicking out pollutions. We've done amazing things in this country. Environmentalism was important at one time, and it actually got something done. Now, their fixation is just ending fossil fuels before there's a replacement. But we have the technology, and we're going to increase the technology. Partner with other nations to clean up our planet's oceans. We've already got companies out there doing things like scooping up all the plastics that the Chinese dumped in the middle of the ocean that was supposed to go to be recycled. America First foreign policy. Stop endless wars and bring our troops home. I did a video on this a couple of years ago, revisiting Pax Americana, the peace of America. But it's always been on our backs. We need to stop it. We don't need to be having all these body bags coming back for nothing. We gave it a good try in the Middle East. We gave people a free country, and they didn't know what to do with it. We have now learned we can't put republics everywhere if the people aren't ready to handle the republic. The Japanese, after World War II, were able to handle being a democratic country because we had advanced peoples there. In the Middle East, they are not ready. And we have learned. We tried, we did our best, and we've now learned we can't install Jefferson republics in every country that we have temporary control of. We've learned our lesson. Let's bring all our people home. There's no use in spending the money and putting their lives at risk. Get allies to pay their fair share. Yeah, it's really great to build your big socialist societies there, Europe, on the backs of the United States taxpayer. I will not use the swear words I really would want to use against those countries around the world that let us pay to defend them with getting nothing back. Maintain and expand America's unrivaled military strength. Yes, because the idea is with a really strong military, that keeps a lot of people from messing with us and messing with our allies. That's the thing. The best military is the one that didn't have to be used. Wipe out global terrorists who threaten to harm Americans. Build a great cybersecurity defense system and missile defense system. Folks, this next election is extremely important. Our values as Americans are under attack. We are a good country. We've done a great deal of good to the world. Yes, we weren't perfect. Our history isn't perfect. But we tried. And we're continue to try to bring the world up. We have to continue as a Christian country. Even if you're not religious, the Christian values are good values. It's the values when I was young, which was normal. Everyday values that was expected. Now those values are called right-wing extremism. So folks, be sure to go out there and vote. It may be the biggest vote you ever cast. And if we should lose, if the socialists win, we may never get our freedoms back. I am the old sergeant. Stay informed, prepared, active, prayerful, and as always, stay vigilant.